All right. Hey there, Honors English 10 students of next year. Pumped to see you. I'm in my backyard. It's a beautiful night. And I just wanted to give you your summer assignment. Thought I'd include a video just to say hi to you and also to clarify some things that might be on there. And I don't know, just fired up to get back to school. I would even imagine that some of you might even be fired up to get back to school. I really tried to never take a minute for granted in my 26 years of teaching. Just knew that I was lucky to be where I was and with these incredible students. But boy, that sure came to the forefront when we, were told we couldn't be there anymore. So just a tough end of the year for me. I hope things are good for you. And I just want to tell you all about our summer opportunities here. I'm in my backyard. I've got a house that's about as big as my classroom, a very small house, but we really like our backyard. There's my swimming pool. And there's my bird feeders. I'm a bird watcher, and I know that means I'm old. But anyway, so here's the story. So on this document, I will share this document with you. It's a summer opportunity for learning. This is not an assignment, but it's what you're doing. And I don't know if you've heard anything about Honors English 10, but Honors English 10 is a class unlike any other, and it's a lifetime experience. I think it's a great age to really grow and figure out who you are and what you want. And I want to give you some things this summer that are useful, that can make you think about things rather than just assignments just to do some things. So you can read all this, and I hope that you will. Just talks about just how ridiculously lucky I am to be where I am doing what I'm doing with all of you, and just really, I don't know, I just 27 years coming up and just still can't believe that I get to work with the best kids in the school and just at the best school in the state. And I'm just so blessed. And so you can read this, and just talks about the interesting time period we are in right now. And then let's get into a 3-part summer assignment. First part, and this is totally changed from not totally, pretty much changed from last year because I can, and I wanted to change it. And I don't know if last year was the best summer assignment. So first, we're going to read you are going to read the Scarlet Letter. That's a change. Last year we read the Grapes of Wrath. You might have heard some of the horror stories about the Grapes of Wrath. I'm going to recommend you read it anyway, and I think there are some challenges with it, but boy, it's quite a piece of literature, and a piece of literature that an Honors 10 student at some point in your life before you graduate from college, you should read it. But anyway, we are switching to the Scarlet Letter for the summer, a very difficult read, a very challenging read by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I'd like you to get your own copy if you can on Amazon or whatever. If not, find one from someone else or from the local library if they ever open again. And here's what I need you to do. I need you to read the novel. And it's not a question of, oh, did I read it? I'm going to spark notes or do whatever you guys do. That's not part of what we do here. You're an honors kid. You're going to read the novel. And you're going to read the novel because it's the right thing to do and because you want to learn. Because you're an honors class. You're not looking for an easy way out. You're not looking for a way to avoid work. You're not looking for an A. You want to learn because you're an honors kid. So read the novel. And I would almost recommend you wait until August. That's weird. But for this part of the assignment, I think it would be good to wait till August to do this because be fresh in your mind a little bit. I forget after I read a lot of times. And if you start in August and do the Scarlet Letter portion of the assignment in August, you can do the other parts earlier on. I don't know, just a recommendation. But you putting it off and trying to not do it at all is not going to happen. So as you read, highlight keywords, sentences, annotate, write notes in there as you read. When applicable, don't overdo it just to say, I read it. No, make notes in there in useful situations. Minimal notes makes no sense. Sticky notes every single page or more than every single page doesn't make sense either. Pick your spots, but clearly show in-depth, close reading of this novel, which is a challenging novel. And I would really recommend not going to Spark Notes, or I don't even know if that's what you guys use anymore, but whatever it is that you guys use, and looking things up before or after. I really wouldn't. That's because I don't care what experts think. I don't care about the summaries. I don't care. I just care what you think about the novel and how can you grow as a human being through the reading of this novel. So please do not think, well, I need to go back into the summaries and read what, I don't. If you really need it just to totally understand it because you're confused, then go ahead and do that. I mean, I think it's a good resource sometimes after you read, but that's not what I'm after. Read the novel, try to understand the novel. Second thing, be prepared for a test over key events and characters in the novel, second day of school. Wait a minute, Mr. George, you just said not to look up all this stuff. Yeah, I did. I know. Okay. I'm going to give you a test just to prove that you read and just reward you with some points. And if you get most of them right, I will just reward you with the points because I will know that you read the novel, which is what I'm trying to get done. And then we'll also give a presentation over the novel soon after school starts, and you're going to choose the topic. And I'll give you some ideas or whatever, but it could be anything from, what happened in the novel to how things are today compared to how they were in the novel, or, whatever really works for you, whatever is most interesting to you and makes you think. And then the other thing I'd like you to do is write very brief notes as you read the novel. And I would like you to put them on your Google site. Wait a minute, what's my Google site? I'll tell you in a second. Here's an example of my chapter 1 notes. This is how much I wrote for chapter 1 right here, just the location. I just was writing some things down as I was reading, and I thought there were a ton of comma errors. Like, clearly Hawthorne's not a comma guy, and I guess because he's a sweet writer, he can skip commas. And so this kind of thing for every chapter, okay, and put it on one document, and then that document will go on your Google site under the Scarlet Letter section. Okay, that's first part. Again, I'm recommending you wait till August. I think you'll remember more if you wait until August to do this part. By the way, crazy prediction. I think we're going back to school in August. I just think we are. I think we're going back, and I don't think I'll be wearing a mask. But anyway. All right, next thing, read, think, and react. I just really want you to think. And if you talk to anyone from my class this year, I want you to think. I want you to think about your life. I want to think about you. I want to think about your friends. I want to think about your family. I want to think about what you want in life, what you don't want in life, what you've been through, what you might go through. I want you to think this whole year. And I think one of the things we need to think about is school, and how are we doing school, and is it working or is it not working? So chapter 7 of this book that I read, called Marching Off the Map, Inspires Students to Navigate a Brand New World, is fascinating because it's about you. It's about students now and what we need to do to motivate students now compared to when I was in school, what we had to do to motivate students at that time. This chapter 7 will be attached to this email or on Google Classroom if Ms. Potts puts it there. And I'm sorry for the copying. It's kind of sideways or whatever, but read it. And then I want you to write a 1 to 2 page personal response to what you read. I don't care if it's MLA or whatever. I just care about what you think. And you'll put it under your written reflection section of your Google site. And you might be wondering, what's my Google site? Well, that's what I'm getting to next. So this is part 2. Part 1, read the Scarlet Letter. Part 2, read, think, and react to chapter 7 of Marching Off the Map. That's my son, Ty. What's up? And then third thing is to create. So you're going to make your own Google site. Here's the interesting thing about making your own Google site. Well, a couple interesting things. I have no idea how to do it. I don't know. My kids all did it this year. It's the first year I've ever had them do it. I told them to do it, and I gave them a few days, and they came back with incredible Google sites because you're a resourceful teenager and you can figure it out. So figure it out, but you're going to make a Google site that will be the home to everything we do in Honors 10 your sophomore year. And I would hope the home to some of the things you do this summer. And really just maybe even a home for your entire sophomore year that you could go back to and say, this is who I was when I was 15 and 16 years old. So make a Google site for Honors English 10. I have a couple samples I'm going to show you to help you with that. And it's going to be a place to keep everything. I didn't do the best job of using them this year. It was the first year I'd done it. I will do a better job next year of using it. I'm not going to include directions. I told you that. Here's some key guidelines. Here's the pages you should make. Here are the novels we're going to read this year. Some of the novels we're going to read this year will probably read even more than this. I need a section on there for each of those. I think it's best if you put like classroom novels up top and then have a drop-down menu and you can figure out how to do that. But leave a place for your written reflections, and you'll already put one there, which is this written reflection. And then, book club, we'll read in class. I know it's book love in most other classes. I just think it sounds kind of soft, so I call it book club. And we'll read for 20 minutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you read a book this summer, a couple this summer, or 25 this summer, put them on there. Well, how do I put them on there? Well, I'm going to show you some examples. And then another page, if you want, or a section on there, you're an artist, musician, whatever, like tell me some other stuff, or just put some, we have some great skateboarding videos last year of a guy that was great on that. Other people that are artists, put some of their works up there, whatever you want to do. It can be a home base for you for your sophomore year. And absolutely it could start this summer. And I think it'll be interesting to start this summer and do some other writing this summer about what you're doing this summer in our very interesting world that we live in right now. So you're going to make a Google site. Here are some examples. Let's look at Liza's real quick. So this is Liza McCarthy. Unbelievable young lady, great student, works so hard. Here's her front page. Front page is called About Me. And you can see there's some pictures of her and her dog. and some of her favorite things and whatever, which is great. And then you can see some of the sections. We had a retreat journal because during this time when we were home, I didn't call it a quarantine, I called it a retreat. And my kids did some retreat writing. Here's her book club section, where she put down how many books she read. She read The Help and a little bit of summary about it. And it's not a summary from Schmoop or from whatever. It's what she wanted to write about that novel. So she read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, maybe more than that, but that's the one she put there. If you read some this summer, go ahead and put that under book club. Reflections, there's a section for that. We'll do a ton of writing in class. There's some of her reflections. Here's her novels with all the novels that we will read. We had a college section. We'll do an incredible college unit. You can make that later. We did some realism, romantic poetry. So there's one example of a really cool Google site. Let's look at Abby Druke's for a second, and I'll just maybe look at one more. Here's her homepage. Abby's a great kid. If you click on About Me, you can see there's some pictures of what she does and her family and such. I just got new internet yesterday. It's loading a bit slowly. Then here's her list of reflections, and there's all of her reflections. She made sure, by the way, to share all these so I can read them. You have to share them. There's a remote writing, book club, college, class novels, and she made a poetry section. Another very nice website. And you can see she laid hers out a little bit differently. Go ahead and have fun with how you lay it out. Her remote writing, I think I like how she put this down. You have to press down on the arrow to read it. I mean, that's some cool stuff. So have some fun with it. Let's look at Jack's. Paulina's up there as well. You can look at that one yourself if you want, because this document will be shared with you. Here's Paulina. She talks about what she likes and has some great pictures on there. Or Jack's, and a picture of Jack catching a fish. Jack with his golf swing. He's got to stop lunging, by the way. Or wait, it's his brother Henry. All right, Henry's got to not lunge so much. He's got to keep his weight back. But anyway, Jack's football player, great. There's Jack's family. Remote learning journals, you can see are right here. Quarantine journal, it looks like he just made it one document. Reflections, book club, novels. And under the Scarlet Letter, we read the Scarlet Letter in class. You're going to read the Scarlet Letter in the summer. You can see that he put some things here. You'll put your stuff in that section. So feel free to look at a few of those and go through them, but don't feel like you have to make yours look like theirs. You don't, okay? This is a creative opportunity. Have fun, enjoy yourself. Make your page look sweet. Add some stuff this summer. If you read some books this summer, go ahead, put them up there. If you do some writing or you do some other fun things in the summer, please put them on there. I think that'd be great, and I can get to know you a little bit better even before we start school. So, and I think I'll probably have you in some way share this with me before school starts, but just check your email periodically. I'll send an email out about that. So that, I think, is part 3 of the assignment, right? Was that the 3 things? We have to create the Google site. We have to read the chapter 7. So the Google site, you can start now and you can do all summer pretty much. This read, think, react thing about school, it's an hour process, and I think it'll make you think a little bit about what school's like and why we do school the way we do it. And again, I just kind of think maybe the Scarlet Letter thing should be put off till August, or read it twice. Read it now, read it again in August, because that is what we'll start school with, really going through the Scarlet Letter and really discussing that. Hope that helps. If you have questions, here, I'll put my email right here. Please send them to me. I have no problem answering email. I'm on my email all the time. I do hope that you watched the entire video and looked at the document before you ask questions that are answered somewhere here. But that's the summer assignment. It's not an option. It's not something that I hope you get this done before school starts or whatever. This is your summer learning, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and seeing you take advantage of this. And again, stay on your email a little bit. I have all your emails because I know who's joining the class already. So I wouldn't doubt it if I sent an email out, maybe even early August, that just says, hey, reminder, Scarlet Letter. But also, I do think I might be asking for you to share this Google site a little bit early, just so I can get to know you before I even get to know you in class. So I'm really excited to have you in class, really excited to read some novels with you. I'm really excited to just share my life story a little bit and learn a little bit about your life story and talk about bird watching and just enjoy our time together, because the time that we get together is pretty special. And you can talk to any of the English 10 kids, honors English 10 kids from this year, and it was pretty special. And we lost, a lot of weeks of time together, and it's sad. I mean, it's sad. I have a rabbit in my yard right now. Sorry, I'm looking over there at a rabbit in my yard. But and now hopefully we'll get our time together next year. And we're very lucky to have the time together that we have. So anyway, email me if you have questions. I appreciate you watching the entire video. Have an outstanding summer, and we'll see you soon.